class 9. Let's continue with Act 1, Scene 2. Right? Yesterday we read that Portia was in a melancholic mood and Nerissa were telling her that those who are having too much, they grew old sooner than those who have just enough. So Nerissa was telling her that those who are in a mid situation, who are in a mid state, are happy. So what Portia is saying, if to do were as easy as to know what were good to do, chapels had been churches, and poor men cottages, princes, palaces. So what she is saying, if it were as easy to follow the good advices, if it were as easy to act upon the good advices as it is to know them or to learn them. No, children, it is very easy. We all know that what is good for us. Clear? We, as being a student, you people know that you should study. It is good for you. But many of the students, they don't study. Do they? No, they don't complete their work. So, to know what is good and to do what is good, they are two different things. So what Portia is saying, if to do were as easy as to know, if to follow the good advices, if to act upon the good advices would be as easy as to know them, then what would happen? Chapels had been churches. Chapel, the small places of worship, the small places of worship would have been changed into the big places of worship, and the poor men cottages, princes, palaces, and the humble cottages of the poor people would have changed into the palaces fit for princes to live in. So it is very difficult to act upon the good advice, though many of us know what is good, but a few of us act upon those good advices. It is a divine means priest that follow his own instruction, and the priest who follow his own teachings, he is a good priest. I can easier teach 20 people what were good to be done than be one of the 20 to follow mine own teaching. Now what she is saying, I can easily teach 20 people what is good to be done. Clear? But it will be very difficult for me to be one of those 20% who will follow my own teaching. Children, जैसे हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि किसी को उपदेश देना बड़ा ईजी होता है, इट इज़ वेरी ईजी टू प्रीच समवन, बट इट इज़ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू फॉलो अवर ओन प्रीचिंग. अपने उपदेशों को फॉलो करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. सो दैट्स व्हाट पोर्शिया इज सेइंग कि आई कैन ईजिली टीच 20 पीपल what is good, what they should do, but it will be very difficult for me to be one of those 20 people who follow my own teaching. The brain may devise laws for the blood. Here brain may be taken as our mind, or it can be taken as our reasoning power. So what she's saying, the brain may devise laws for the blood means body, right, or our will. So she's saying that the brain of a human being, it may frame principles, fine, for it may make some rules for the heart of the man to follow. The brain makes certain rules for our body, fine. The brain teaches us what is good, what we should do, what we should not do. So it makes many rules for the body, for the will. But a hot temper leaps over a cold decree. Cold decree means good advice. But a hot temper, but a young blood, the heat of the desires. Clear? The brain teaches us certain things. It teaches us that we should not desire this thing, we should not desire that thing, that is good for us. But the young blood, the heat of the desires, disobey such cold laws. The young fellows, clear, the rash disposition ignores the moral prospect. Such a here is madness, the youth. To skip over the meshes of good counsel, the cripple. Here, rabbit, fine. Meshes means net. Counsel means advice, fine. So, what he is saying? That such a here is madness, the youth, the youthful spirit, the young high spirits. Clear, the young people, the high spirit, the young spirits, they are like a hare, they are like a rabbit. Clear? To skip over the meshes of good counsel, the cripple. The young spirits are like a hare which easily leaps, which easily skips, which easily jumps over the meshes, which easily leaps over the nets of cripple means limping, of limping good advices. The young people, they easily ignore the advices. The young spirit easily ignore the advices given by the experienced people. Is it clear? The young people, the young one, they leap across the good advices without paying any attention to them. So good advices here called cripple. Cripple, they good advice is like a lame creature who cannot keep pace with the recklessness of youth. So then अगर किसी का पाँव खराब हो तो वो तेज़ भागने वाले के साथ नहीं चल पाएगा. So similarly, the good advice is like lame people who cannot keep pace with the recklessness of youth. But this reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Oh, but this kind of argument that I'm offering, it cannot help me to choose a husband. Oh, me, the word choose. Now, here we can see the sadness, the melancholy of Portia. She said, oh, me, the word choose. Alas, me. It is very sad that I cannot use the word choose. This word is not for me. I may neither choose whom I would nor refuse whom I dislike, because neither I can choose the one whom I love nor I can refuse the one whom I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of the dead father. So is the will. Will here means icha. Fine. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will. Here will means wasiyat, the testament. Fine. So by this way, the desire of a living daughter, fine, has been curbed by the testament, by the will of a dead father. Yesterday I told you that Portia's father, before his death, he has devised a lottery of casket for Portia's marriage. Taken according to that lottery, whosoever will select the right casket will marry Portia. So that's why she is saying that the will of the living daughter is cursed by the will of the dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one nor refuse one? Now we find the reason of Portia's melancholy. Why she is sad? Because she cannot choose a husband. She cannot choose the one whom she likes. She cannot refuse the one whom she dislikes. So she said, Nerissa, is it not hard that I am not free in choosing my husband? I cannot choose the one nor I can refuse anyone. So is it not a reason to be sad? So children, revise it carefully. Rest we will do tomorrow. Thank you.